Cream, aka Miss Cream of the Crop, and I'm here with Lacy.
Hey.
And welcome to another episode of Welcome to Cream's World, or Conversations with Cream. I'm really excited about this interview, so let me go back behind the camera. All right. Alrighty, Lacy, how are you this evening?
I am fantastic.
First of all, I just would like to say on camera, for the record, I love your energy. I love your personality. It is so infectious. It is just so oh, so airy and just beautiful. I love it. Are you always like this?
Yeah.
For the most part?
Mostly.
I love it. I hope that you always are able to remain this way. It is so lovable and loving. I just think it's so dope. So thank you for being you.
Thank you so much.
So we are here, and here being, it's Jackson's Motif, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are here at Jackson's Motif, and this was the last day of Crystallize. So we were here last week, and you did a live creation for us.
Yeah.
So tell us about that first day, and then tell us about the curation throughout the week at Jackson's Motif.
Yes. So the first day for my live art show, Nucleation, I live painted and I sang while a very established poet by the name of Just Cause recited his words that aligned strongly with my story. And that was the first night. I have the painting. It took about an hour and 47 minutes to paint. And that is like the first of a series of shows that I'm having. So the process of a crystal actually becoming a crystal is nucleation, which is a new structure via self-assembly or self-organization. And I feel like I'm in my era of nucleation right now. So I'm restructuring myself. And the next process is a crystal actually becoming crystallized. So this show, Crystallize, shows what I am looking towards and becoming as a better woman, as a better friend, just as a better person.
I love that. I love that so much. And I felt honored to be able to watch you create. And a lot of times people don't get a chance to watch artists create because that's sacred for them. And that's something that's very personal for a lot of artists. So what was it like for you to let us in your creative space and watch you create?
So I performed Nucleation 3 times.
Okay.
And each painting comes out very differently. Because I just, either what I'm feeling that day reflects into the painting, or it's like the feeling in the room. Like the second night, that painting was very dark. But the first night, I was really happy.
Yeah.
And the third night was pretty much like in the middle, but it had a different feel to it. Like I was feeling more expressive with that one.
Yeah, what I liked about the painting, and I told you this that night, was when you first started painting, it looked like it was going to be one direction. And as each song played, you started creating differently to each song that was playing. And the piece every time looked like, oh, okay, so she's done. But then as songs continued to play and the poet continued to speak and you were singing, it started turning into something else. And it was like, oh wait, this is even better than the last. It's like each time the painting got better and better and better. And then when you were done, it was like, this is so dope. It was like each stage was dope, but it just kept getting better and better and better. And it was just like, wow, I didn't expect it to look like this. Like, you know, because it was like you would cover something up that was already dope, and then it was like, why did she cover that? That looks so good. But then after you covered it up and turned it into what your mind had already imagined that you wanted it to be, it was like, oh, that's what she was creating. That, okay, all right, that looks really good. So, how did you pick your song list? your playlist for the night, because that playlist was, first of all, fire. Second of all, it was very deep. It seemed like it was very intentional from the beginning to the end, because I could see from the beginning it was all about hurt, pain, finding yourself. And then at the end it was like, I love me, I forgive myself, I'm amazing.
Yeah.
I pay attention, like I'm very intuitive. So I paid attention to the progression of the playlist. So I hope I didn't give away your answer. But tell us about the playlist.
So, yeah. No.
Sorry.
It's okay. I love it. I love that you felt it. But yes, it was a very intentional playlist. It took me hours to create it, and like I wanted to be very intentional. So it's like playing off the songs as well as incorporating the poetry that flows in with the songs. It was a very joyous process.
Yeah, I could tell that you're being very intentional. And then now, coming back and looking at the space that you turned into a gallery space, and how you curated everything, and you could scan the QR codes so that we could listen to what you were listening to while you were creating this painting. That is dope. Okay, that is so dope to me. So what made you do that?
So I really wanted to have an immersive experience. Like, I didn't want to just hang something on the wall and it's like, here it is, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I want you to look at the piece, then go to the QR code to learn what song it was made to, and then go to the other code and see what crystal that I needed in that moment in time.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to keep you engulfed in the piece.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're so dope to me. Like, seriously, you are so dope. You really exude Black girl magic. Like, I feel like if anyone wanted to know what Black girl magic, the definition of Black girl magic, there are so many Black women that I feel encompass a definition of Black girl magic. Like, Solange is the definition of Black girl magic. Like, you are the definition of Black girl magic. Like, there's no one definition of Black girl magic, and that is what magic is. And this is just so dope. This is so amazing. So everyone that's watching, I'm gonna put in clips of pieces from the show and pieces of her art, but there's this garden. Well, there's not this garden. There's 3 gardens that Lacy is not letting go of. They are the cutest pieces I've ever seen. And I love that you can scan the QR code and learn more about the garden. So tell us a little bit about those gardens that you're not giving up. But I wouldn't give them up either. That's how amazing they are. But tell us about the gardens.
Yes. So I have 3 gardens. The first one is called Hylene's Garden, and it's based off of rose quartz. So when you scan the QR code, it's the Garden of Unconditional Love. And I have Nature G's Garden, and I also have Paige's Garden, and they play off the stones of obsidian and jade.
And they are beautiful. I love them, especially the pink with the pump. I love her. I love her so much. I love her so much. So as we wrap up, tell me when you first fell in love with art and when you first fell in love with music.
So when I first fell in love with art, I remember very distinctively. I was young, and I remember like back in the day, we really didn't have computers in the house, so we would go to the library. And I drew this picture. I used to love The Wiz, so I drew this picture of Michael Jackson as a scarecrow, and I showed it to my mom, and she was like, "Where did you get this from?" I was like, "I drew it," and she was like, "No, you didn't." I was like, "But I did." Yeah. I'm like 5 or so, and that's when I really enjoyed art, like, because at that moment I was like, dang, she didn't really think that I drew this, but I did. Yeah. And for music, I would say, also back to my mom, when we had CDs, I would go in her box, and the first album I really fell in love with was the Crazy Sexy Cool by TLC. I just love, that is a beautiful body of work. Yeah, that's when I first fell in love with music.
Awesome. And you know what's so funny is that your work is very colorful. And TLC has always been a very colorful group. Like if you really look at like their old album covers and how they used to dress, it was like cross colors and just blues, pinks, all these different colors. And if you look at your pieces, they're very colorful. Even the ones that are like black, white, gray, they're not just like black, white, gray. There's like sparkly pieces to it, so it's still colorful in its own way. And then you're a very colorful person, like your personality. So I get that TLC was your first group that you really love, because they're a very colorful group. So I can see that. I can definitely see that. So how would you describe yourself as an artist? Like what type of artist, if you had to describe yourself? Because a lot of times artists don't want to put themselves in a box, and I would hate to put an artist in a box. Yeah. But if you had to describe yourself as an artist, what type of artist would you describe yourself as? And what's your favorite medium to work with?
Ooh, I would say more of the abstract surrealism style. And my favorite medium, I love acrylic, but clay has been, it's been that. I love clay.
Yes, I love that. So what about clay made you fall in love with it?
So it just reminds me of my childhood. So I used to play in dirt a lot and make kind of like sculptures out of like dirt and water. So just being able to create something with my hands that's like from my mind. Yeah. It's just such a beautiful thing. Yeah. You know, not everyone can do that.
Absolutely. You're right. You're right. But we're all creators in our own way. But some people create really beautiful things and some people create. Yeah. So if people or anyone that's watching this is interested in supporting you with a follow, with a retweet, with a purchase, how can they do that?
Yes. So you can follow me at the @ and it is Lacer, Lace, and then it's 4 R's. That's on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you'd like to see my portfolio, it's lacytalley.com. And if you want to shop with me, my store is tallymarksandco.com.
Yes. Please shop with her. All of her pieces are amazing, and they are worth the investment. And I employ all of you to please support the arts. Please support creatives, especially Black creatives, especially those that are in Cleveland, Ohio. The eyes, all of the eyes should be on our city. We have some very dope creative makers and artists here that need all of the eyes that they can possibly get on them. And Lacy, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I love every single thing about you. You are so dope. You are so amazing. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Oh, I shall. Thank you.
And for those of you that are watching, thank you so much for giving us your time, your energy, your space. Thank you for watching. And again, welcome to Cream's World. And make sure you subscribe to Conversations with Cream, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to this on my podcast. I am very grateful for you and your time. Have an amazing day.